Good morning. We're going to talk about the first step on making the cube, which is called making the daisy. To do that, we're going to examine one face and we're going to have this as our end result. The centerpiece, which is a single sticker, is going to have only one center or one sticker to it, and it will be surrounded on its east, west, north and south edge pieces with petals. This effect is going to create what looks like a daisy or a flower. It is very similar to a cross. The only difference is that a cross is uniform all around. That means in positions that are facing north, south, east, and west, those corners are going to be the same as the centerpiece. The four edge pieces facing north, south, east, and west are going to be the same as the center sticker. That is the definition of a cross. A daisy, however, is going to have a centerpiece that will be different. This centerpiece of a daisy is going to be the centerpiece of the opposite face. The two opposite faces are related. Therefore, if on the bottom I have a particular sticker or texture, let's assume it's yellow in the center, or let's assume it's white in the center on the bottom, then the top is going to have white petals and the opposite center is going to be yellow. So yellow and white centers are always opposites of each other on the cube. I'll show you how to make the cube or make the daisy based on looking at a scrambled cube. This is called step 1, and it is a foundation of solving the Rubik's Cube. We have a center on our top face that needs to be surrounded by 4 petals. How do I determine what petals they should be? What color should the edge pieces be, color or texture? To know the 2 colors that I have to work with, I'm going to look at the 2 opposite faces, and I'm going to only focus on the center pieces. Here I have what feels like a felt sticker in the center on the bottom, and on the top I have what feels almost like a little raised sticker. Okay, I believe it's a rhinestone. Therefore, my daisy is going to have a rhinestone in the center, and on the east, west, north, south of the same face, I'm going to have felt stickers surrounding it. How do I position my petals into place, into the sticker, into the top face? I need to find a face that if I rotate it, it will take it from the side or from the bottom to the top. If I perform a move that allows the petal to be on the outer edge, on the outside face, then that is not what I want to do. I want to bring the petals from the sides or from the bottom by rotating a face counterclockwise or clockwise once or twice so that it will bring it to the top position. Right now I have rotated a face where my edge piece or the petal is now in the top face. This means that I have one petal in place surrounding my centerpiece. Once I have a petal in place, I want to keep it there and I don't want to move it. There is only 4 petals that I have to solve for. So I'm going to look for other ways that I can have 4 petals or 4 edge pieces of the opposite color centerpiece surrounding my top center. What else can I do to take the pieces that are here on the edges on the front and to bring it up? I want to make sure that I rotate the upper face clockwise or counterclockwise for a reason. If I was to take one side and rotate it upwards, if I'm going to displace or take away an edge piece that was already on the top, I don't want to do that. I want to rotate my upper face clockwise or counterclockwise so that there is a new position ready to receive the petal in its proper place. Once I rotate my face again from the side to the top by 90 degrees, then I'm going to now have a second petal in its place. I will continue to rotate the upper face so that it is possible to receive all the petals in its place. I notice here that I have a face that if I rotate it counterclockwise away from me, I will have a third petal in place, which is wonderful. Now, my edge pieces that are on the sides are done, but I'm still missing one petal. That means the petal is probably somewhere at the bottom. There it is. If I rotate my bottom edge piece so that it comes to the top, I would need to rotate that face 2 times, not just once. So I'm going to rotate it once and then once again, so that the petal that was on the bottom, the edge piece that was on the bottom, was brought up all the way to the top. Now I have a finished daisy, and that is I have 4 edge pieces, which are the petals, located on the north, south, east, and west, that are exactly the same. So my 4 edge pieces are uniform. That's all I'm concerned about, is do I have 4 edge pieces that are the same? And they are surrounded by a center that should be the opposite color of the petals. How do I know that? If I examine my centerpiece on the bottom, one more time, I have my centerpiece on the bottom. That texture is exactly what I need to have for the petals. So now I'm confirming that my bottom is a felt piece, and if I rotate my cube and I check the top face, those are the textures of the petals. The centerpiece of 2 opposite faces is always important for making a daisy, which is to create an effect of a flower on the cube. And the cube is, the first step of solving the cube is to make what's called the daisy, and then the second step will be to create the cross. Okay, join us in order to do this together, and so that we can explain it in person, and more importantly, that you can have a more tactile experience. Thank you, and I'll see you soon.